What is up, guys? Welcome back to the long-awaited return of the Rangers Talk podcast. As you can see, new graphics too. We upgraded a bit, beefed up the graphics. I don't know how you feel, but I like them more.
I definitely do as well. I think it's a nice little change. It was needed, and I like it. The old look. It's
We'll be
fire.
rebranding a few times, but I think this is a solid first rebrand. But anyway, welcome in. Unfortunately, we have annoying news to talk about when it comes to hockey that happened today, but we'll get to that. Uh, but just gonna let people in chat come on in first. Got the first person of the live stream, and he's got what looks like the hockey guy's whiteboard as his profile picture. I mean, I respect that. I respect that. We got Justin. How are you doing tonight? We got a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, well, I don't know how some people feel, but I personally feel this is bad news. What we have to talk about first, where we have to start off. But let's start by talking about the fact that the New York Islanders acquired Bo Horvat. So, and then I got, what does this mean for the Rangers? Because there's obviously going to be connections with Bo Horvat now coming to the Metro Division with a trade in the Metro Division. But let's talk about the trade itself first. So, if you missed the news, if you're living under a rock, Bo Horvat was traded for Anthony Beauvillier, Aturatu, and a conditional first round pick. The condition on the pick is it is top 12 protected. So, yes, the Islanders are saying we are scared we're going to miss the playoffs. So, we need to protect that draft pick for next season just in case. That is what they are saying. But for this trade, I personally think that this is a win for the Islanders if they lock up Bo Horvat. I really do. I think that you're upgrading from a guy in Anthony Beauvillier. Well, here's the real question, right? This is the question that I've been battling with myself for this trade. Is Bo Horvat going to be what he is right now this year going forward? Or is this going to be a JT Miller situation where he's going to fall off and he's just going to have an insanity run here and be a one-year wonder? Is that what this is? Or is he in his prime and going to keep this up? I don't know. If he keeps this up, the Islanders win this trade by a long shot, in my opinion. And as long as they extend him, of course. But that's the question. One, will he get extended? I don't know. Lou's going to try to, but he also might want to test the market, which I think would be smart for Bo Horvat's sake. And then also, you have the question of if he's not going to be what he is this year going forward, did you really make the right move? Because you're moving on from Anthony Beauvillier, a 40-point guy. And then Bo Horvat, he's always been a 50 to 60-point guy throughout his career. So you're getting about 10 to 20 more points, which is still solid, but is it that big of an upgrade? I don't know. Plus, you're giving up your top prospect in Aturatu, who has the potential to be what Bo Horvat normally is. Not what he's doing this year, but what he normally is with a 50, 60-point potential. I think Aturatu could get to that. Plus a first-round pick. I don't know. I don't know where to stand on this trade, but Nico, I'll let you jump in because I know your opinion, but let's let the people hear it.
Yeah. Okay. So when I first saw this trade, I thought the Islanders took a pretty fat L. I won't lie. I thought, you gave up your young cornerstone of the future guy in Natsu Ratsu going forward. I thought I think he could really be a good NHL player one day. So I was a little shocked to see he was in the deal along with Anthony Beauvillier, who of course is not having that good of a year. But as you said, he's like a 40-point guy. He'll give you decent seasons going forward. And then your first round pick, which we said is top 12 protected. We don't know if that'll be top 12. Depends how the Islanders will finish the season. But I mean, if anything, if it falls top 12, it's
Hopefully.
unprotected next year, which is good because that means they miss the playoffs. And then next year could be even worse. And then who knows? That's like a top 10 pick. So, I mean, look, if they could lock up Bo Horvat, obviously, he's having a career year. We don't know, as you said, is this whole insanity run peaking at the right time? And now he's going to take a drop off with the Islanders or he'll keep it going. I mean, he's only 27 years old. He's already got 30 plus goals. So he's a phenomenal player right now. It's just, I think the contract, even if they give him an extension, I think it might be a contract where it's one of those contracts where it might age poorly. It's going to be maybe like a 7 times, like
I think
seven
it's going to be what
years.
JT Miller got, maybe a bit more, maybe
Yeah,
8.5 to 9.
yeah. So it's going to be a hefty contract. Plus, he'll be on the wrong side of 30 nearing the end of it. So I don't think it'll age well for the future. But I mean, again, as we said, the Islander fans are pressuring Lou to make a move, and he finally did it. And I mean, it's going to
Now
help
they're
them right now.
crying.
Yeah, now they're crying too, which is funny. But I mean, yeah, just the move help them right now, certainly. It boosts their chances for the wild card spot because it's still wide open. But going forward in the future, I don't think I'm very optimistic for the Islanders with this one.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think that the contract will age poorly if they end up extending him. Plus, you're definitely looking at the 8-year extension. I don't think that's any secret. It's going to be an 8-year extension. And I also find it weird. You just extended Matt Barzal to be your number one center, and now you're going out and getting a guy in Bo Horvat who's looking to get number one center money, and you're going to pay two guys number one center money. That's odd to me, unless their idea is that one of Barzell or Horvat is going to play the wing, which I think would be a huge mistake if they did that. So realistically, why? I just wonder why wouldn't you want to get the guy to play with Matt Barzell going forward? It's just a little confusing to me. I always had in my mind they were going to go after a winger. I thought Vlad Tarasenko was written in stone for the Islanders for the longest time. I thought that was the guy they were always going after, they were going to get. But here we are, and it's Bo Horvat. I'm not sure. I'm not sure still. And then like it's just confusing because what is Bo Horvat? It's really up in the air.
Yeah, no one knows. It'll be telling. I don't know when he's going to play his first game for the Islanders. I don't know if they have another game before the break. I doubt it. I think he's
No,
still
they don't. They play
representing
the
the
Canucks
Canucks.
really soon coming off the break.
Oh, so that should be interesting. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what he does with the Islanders. I think he's still going to be good for them. Don't get me wrong. Um, I just don't even think they'll even make the playoffs. Though I really don't think so, and I think they'll get
That's what
something
I was
done
going
with
to
Bo
ask you
Horvat.
next.
Oh, you're gonna ask if you think the Islanders make the
Yeah,
playoffs?
like does this really boost their playoff odds? It apparently boosted it by, according to Money Puck, it boosted it from, I think it was 14% to 19% now they have. I don't know. Like, you still have to catch Buffalo, who has games in hand. Like, is Bo Horvat moving the needle for you like a Timo Meyer would? I don't think so.
Absolutely, because as you said, Buffalo have games at hand, been playing really good hockey. You still got Washington and Pittsburgh, who are always going to be there. So
Florida's getting back in the mix.
Florida is doing well. I think that's really it. I don't think Ottawa's making any noise to make a wild card. It's
Maybe
probably between
Detroit.
maybe Detroit. So I mean, they still have a lot of teams to get through. I don't know if they have another move up their sleeve later. Probably not. If anything, something minor. But yeah, I don't see playoffs out of this team. I really don't. They've been Sorokin merchants, in my opinion, this season. I think widely regarded as that. So I don't see it, and it's kind of just a pointless trade for me. But if you extend them, I guess fair dues.
Yeah, that's where it's really going to be interesting. Can they extend him? Will they? I think they will because you have 16 million in cap space over that. I
Imagine the
think that
outrage if they didn't from Islanders fans.
Lou Lamoriello is risking his job because there is no way you could bring him back
Yeah.
if Bo Horvat walks for nothing. There is
Yeah.
zero way he could keep his job at that point. And we got an interesting take. As a Devils fan, I'm glad he went to the Islanders instead of Carolina. I agree with that. I think Carolina was definitely in
That's
play, and
fair.
that would have made them. They're already the second best team in my eyes. That would have brought them arguably to the number one spot. I mean, they just beat the Boston Bruins. Bruins starting to cool down with a 3-game losing streak. But yeah, I agree with this. It's better for sure that he went to the Islanders over Carolina because I don't think with the Islanders it's going to be as much of a fit as it would have in Carolina. Carolina desperately needs that number 2 center. This just feels like a move to make a move in a way. Like, I don't know. It's just odd to me.
Yeah, it definitely is odd. But that's a good point. At least he didn't go to a team like Carolina or Boston for us Rangers, and for Devils fans, because I mean that's the teams we're gonna the top four favorites in the East, right? I mean, obviously the Lightning and the Maple Leafs are up there, but these teams are, expecting to make some runs here. So I don't know if I'd rather them go to the Islanders than Carolina. That's a tough one. But I mean, of course, Carolina is definitely going to make a move as well up to the trade deadline. They lost Pacioretty for the year again, so of course they're gonna make some sort of big move. It's not Bo Horvat, who I thought actually would go to Carolina. That was my prediction, but I'm sure they'll get one of like Tarasenko or Timo Meyer
Ryan
or something.
O'Reilly.
Ryan O'Reilly's another good one. Jonathan Tays. So we'll see.
Yeah.